袋の時に生まれ変わる獣の血と骨から形を作り砕けた空の中で俺は消えないすっこならライバルジェネのなんでもあれ肉は灰に誰も同じじゃないタンルールは俺のもの天は崩れ落ちる俺が登る全てを焼き尽くす俺が嵐俺が落雷すこならライバルそれを忘れるな俺が嵐俺が落雷不幸なライバルそれを忘れるな
Hello guys, welcome back. So we are so sorry for another tag pause. Again, this has been a very rough night for us, man. It has been a very rough night for us. So we hope you guys stayed still here, man. We really hope you guys are still here. We really thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, I have one more thing I have to put in. This is not the ban. Hold up, give me one moment. Yeah, make sure both teams bans out everything first just before champion select. I will be adjusting one more huge thing, which is the bans. Give me one moment. Okay, I am terribly sorry about all these. So yeah, this is the correct one. Okay, so this is our first ban. So this is a fearless draft again. So I am terribly sorry again and again and again and again and again. All right, so there's not much I can do. So Zach, back to you. Zach, what happened in the first game?
On the last game that we were having, there was a lot of coordinated teamfight, you can say, especially from WGL side. WGL was just better in some of the situation, as well as we did see that cathartic 5-man fight for that Baron on the top lane, which ended up with a Bart last man standing against a Shinzao.
Yeah, and also
unfortunately for SWW side, they did lose that match due to it was just a better comp, and they were way behind than they should have been,
Yeah.
especially with that Lucian on their side.
yeah, and I personally believe that Bart pick is just too much, man. Bart is just so good at this level. You cannot leave Bart open. You can never leave Bart open. You know, if Bart is open, pick it. Always pick if the Bart is open. And we've seen Shadow Wyverns try their best there, but unfortunately, the Fiora has been just split pushing the whole game and doing whatever Fiora does well. And yeah, what WGL just manages to drag a lot of the times and give Fiora the breather, the time to, you know, get the win and find the minions MVP, man. The minions MVP. So my Bart. Oh, is it your Bart, man? Oh, hi there. Hello. Welcome back. Again, we are very sorry with a lot of tag pause today. You know, it's things that it's very unfortunate. We cannot do anything about this. We cannot do anything about this kind of tag pause. You know, when the grand finals happen, this is the moment where the tag pause has to happen. So we are terribly sorry. Yeah, again, we're seeing the bans from the side of WGL. It's again an Aurora, Lissandra, and also a Viego. And the side of SWW, they're finally having a different draft here, different bans actually. So the Nautilus being open, they're gonna pick the Nautilus first, and they're gonna ban out a J4 and also a Lee Sin, just to make sure that SYFM doesn't get those comfort champions that he has. But we've seen last game that SYFM did actually play a very good support bot there. So yeah, Shadow Wyverns will have to be careful, because what we know, the side of WGL can actually just, you know, swap lanes here and there. They're able to do this. So SWW will have to find a way to get back into this game.
Yeah, and as of right now, they seem like it's gonna be picking the support and the top laner as a 1-2, though that top laner is gonna be a random pick, is a blind pick, which is a bit uncomfortable knowing that Aatrox is one of those champions that do need someone like somewhat know what the enemy comps are going for. And though LWGL is showing their hands with a Varus Karma going for that bot side as a very pokey bot, it still worried me on SWW side what they are going for. But it seems like it's gonna be a Camille.
Yeah, seems like Camille might just be a Aatrox jungle Camille mid. Camille can still go mid. Namyang, the
Oh
Nautilus
yeah,
can
yeah.
still go to the jungle. So the side of SW has a very flexy kind of situation here because Nautilus can always be flexed to top, can always be flexed to jungle. If you want to do something stupid, flex it to mid. But yeah, it's very flexy pick. We don't know who goes where yet, but I personally will think that the Camille might just go to mid because this might just be the most logical way, having Camille and Aatrox that won't go mid, Nautilus won't go mid. So Camille mid here?
Yeah, Camille can go mid, and he is one of those flex champs that you can play around with. She can go mid, she can go top, and she can go jungle. Aatrox being one of those that only can go to jungle, but that is usually most Baron laners. And Nautilus can't really go anywhere but that top lane, jungle, and as a support. And as of right now, WGL are banning more toward this ADC and mid lane, banning a Syndra and a Xayah.
Yeah, they've
While for SWW side, they did ban a Rise, which is a very good scaling champion, especially into the late game where he can just AoE. He becomes a walking nuclear bomb.
Yeah. I'm seeing in the chat, but that man, I can't do anything about it. We cannot do anything. We can only apologize for whatever happened earlier. The tech stream, the restream, and everything. We try our best to deliver our best, but sometimes unfortunate things happen. So yeah, we had to restart the stream 2 times actually. Hopefully no more. Okay, but yeah, Jax is gonna be picked here for the side of WGL. This might just be a Jax top laner for Kira, I guess. And yeah, Olaf definitely gonna go jungle. WGL sides has this very, they're going straight forward, but they're also picking one of the most aggressive and also
Lilia.
broken champion here, which is the Varus for the ADC here. And looking at the answer for the side of SWW, Ezreal and also Lilia will be their pick. So this might just confirm. This might just confirm the Camille is mid, bro. This might just confirm the Camille is mid, and yeah, Camille is gonna be fighting the Kassadin here. So yeah, it's WGL side doesn't have the best comm here to fight against SWW because we know this SWW side is so tanky. WGL really needs to find a way to to even do damage here.
Yeah, but also for WGL side, their only real skill that they have is this Varus and the Kassadin. Olaf, if he's not able to snowball in the early game, he can't do anything. He needs that snowball. He needs to get like some kind of goal right ahead in the early phase to even do something. And if he falls behind, it's gonna be a 4v5 situation where WGL side, where Jax, Kassadin, and Varus is the only way to carry. And if they fall behind, you're gonna have a really rough time unless that Kassadin starts to scale, and that's gonna be like a very, very late game. And by then, SWW would have a lot of way to counter him. Camille has a lockdown if he's not able to like teleport back. Ezreal can scale, as well as the Nautilus has a hook and an ultimate to try and lock the enemy down. And Lilia, of course, very famous with her going to sleep with that ultimate of hers. So it really comes down to, can WGL try to snowball a lead for that Olaf, or can they try to survive the early phases?
Yep.
For their later team fights.
Yep, and let's go to our match number 2. Flames of battle sparks once more. Echoes of war shakes every shore. Why is the camera not moving? Okay, never mind, it's moving now. The wolf hunts fast, eyes full of rage. The wyvern soars, claiming the stage. Can the wolf bite again? Or will the wyvern burn the Wolf down. So this is our game number 2. Wolfgang Legion is actually 1 point ahead. Shadow Wyverns need to do something in our second game of the day. So looking at the mid lane, yeah, getting poked away. This is not the way that Zesso wants to start this lane.
Yeah, because now that he's... I mean, for now, Kassadin is, of course, very hard to actually lane as the early game. He at least need like a level 2 or a 3 to try and comfortably do some lane clear. So the fact that he's walking up into a Camille, especially with the the damage that Camille can do, it's really a bit skeptical, you can say.
Yep, very skeptical, but yeah, all Zesso needs to kind of do this lane is just to, stay alive, make sure that not much has happened, just try to scale as much as possible. But like you said earlier in the champion select, this Olaf, again, we'll have to do something in the early game to at least be useful. Like, again, I've said it a lot of times, Olaf is just a shit champion. I never like Olaf, Olaf is just not a champion I like. If you can't do anything early game, you're just useless to the whole game. And yeah, Olaf, WGL really needs to use this Olaf in the early game to find a way to bring up bot lane. Here is a kill there. The Varus is going to get the first blood here. Lauro X trying to do something. Will he flash forward? Flashes away by the Varus. Is going to be taken down as well. Can Lauro X gets another kill though? But Karma, both support survives. And that will be a first blood for the side of WGL, but a traded ADC in the bot lane as well.
Oh, so I think what happened was that WGL's side, that Varus and that Karma did both use their flash. They might have flashed in on a time where the S wait, they're still fighting on top side.
Oh, meanwhile, looking at the top line here, Namiya's gonna be taken the what do you call that champion? Jax down, even though Flash has to be burned. But Olaf is not gonna manage to get the kill there. It's gonna be a 1-for-0 trade in the top lane. But looking at the bot lane here, getting traded again. SYFM will have a hard time to to just stay in the lane, try to not make sure that he stays alive. He needs a recall here.
Oh, this is getting spicy. This is getting what we want to see from both sides. We want to see SWW not try to go down from one fight, for them to come back and try to bite back at WGL. And this is what we're getting right now with WGL comp falling a bit behind right now.
Yeah, but WGL is not the one that not a team that is actually quite behind. No matter how many kills they fall behind, they will always find a way to make up for a goal. That has been the WGL side of kind of play. Even though they're behind, they can get back into this game. No matter what happens, they are ready to just pounce back in the game any moment. And WGL is not the kind of team that makes plays, makes ganks, makes anything, but any mistake, any room for mistake that you do, WGL will take those. And SWW right now, trying to make sure that there is no mistake. They have to be perfect in order to take down WGL.
Yeah, and right now we can see that they are having a much more comfortable lead, as well as a comfortable laning phase, especially for this Aatrox and the Ezreal, due to the fact that Varus did use his flash. Oh, the bot lane?
Finally, Olaf finally gets a kill here. Finally doing something useful in the bot lane. Again, Olaf, finally getting those kills. Finally getting ahead. And looking at Namiya in the top lane here is going to try and make sure, push the bot lane threat. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, mid lane actually is going to be a dive. Lilia's and the Camille is going to be taking down that Zesso. He won't be having a good time. He has been poked away. And can WGL get something here though? That's the question. And both teams are just playing front and back, front and back. They really want this second game win. WGL wants to go 2-0 as WW wants to get back into this game.
Yeah, it's just punch after punch. Both sides is going for these engage. Both sides are going for these gangs, these counter gangs. Anything to try and get the lead try to hold it as well.
Ignite! Oh!
Oh, the Ignite, not enough damage.
The Ignite almost taking that Jax down. And can Olaf do something though? Love JL here. Trying to do something, I think, just to make sure that the turret doesn't go down. He will just make sure, just helping you to clear the lane, help you freeze the lane in the top lane. Making sure that his top lane doesn't fall so behind.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so right now, WGL's plan is going south a bit. While the Olaf did get one kill, he's still gonna need more to try and snowball, because right now the situation is that SW... Well, they tried to go for a gank mid.
Yeah, they tried to
But it didn't work
go,
out.
but the true shot barrage literally just spoiled all the ideas that the side of WGL had. And yeah, beautiful true shot barrage there, just to scout out the area. And they're trying to do something here. Oh, was it stolen? I think it was stolen. I think so, I think.
It looked like it did. The Ezreal's getting the mana regen.
Yeah, and again, this Olaf needs to find those gangs, needs to find those kills. If he cannot find these kills, especially around the dragon area, especially around the first objective, if he can find those fights that he won, he will win. And Hook's gonna land, Hook's gonna connect, Laurel X is gonna jump up, make sure that the virus doesn't go away, ultimate Karma just to disengage, but not much is gonna happen again. 4 members of SWW trying to find an angle to gank this bot lane. Dragon's gonna spawn in 15. Both teams, I believe, will just try to swap these objectives here. They don't want a huge fight yet. They cannot risk anything in this first objective.
Yeah, now you can. Oh, are you going on the top lane?
Yeah, it seems like
Oh no.
the side
Seems
of
like it. Olaf is going. Yes, ultimate up. They're gonna trade ulti on top. Wait.
Brave Heron is
And they're
2k
going for-
HP. Will the Olaf jump forward? Will the Olaf steal? Ragnarok's gonna be pop here. Can he steal? Can he smite though? The Lilia's gonna secure the Rift Herald. Teleport is gonna be
TP
used.
is going in.
Oh, wait, why does the Olaf did not move? I thought it was lagging, but yeah, not much is happening. The TP from the Jax not in time. The Dragon, the Rift Herald is going to be taken by the by the SW side, and Jax is still fighting here, trying to delay as much time as possible, making sure that the Lilia cannot go to the Dragon, and both junglers, the jungler from the side of WJ is already here to make sure that this Dragon falls for them.
Yeah, and I don't think so. SWW is gonna go for that dragon. They have the Harrow. They're already been stopped by the Jax, and if they were able to get that Jax killed, it also mean that they still have a Harrow. It doesn't matter. They can trade it off and try to get the gold lead, especially with the champions that they have on SWW side. A gold lead mean or
Yeah, and Rift Herald is going to be popped in the mid lane here. And is it in the mid lane? Oh, actually in the top lane. But the mid lane is going to fall down. And this will be a double turret for the side of FWW. Not giving any moment for the side of WGL to take a breather here. Mid lane gone. Top lane gone. But in the bot lane here, Camille's going to be taken down by that Varus. Varus going to be happy with those small kills. He will scale into the late game quite happily here.
yeah, and right now you can see it's working out really well for SWW side. They're able to steal the camps from WJL. It's kind of famining. It's just stealing all these gold that they need, the XP that they need from the minions, the gold that they need from the jungle to try and get some kind of item to help them try to get back onto the map. And right now, SWW is just playing a better league right now.
Yeah, but even though they're in the battle league, it's still 3 to 3 kills. 1 dragon for the side of WGL, and turrets down. But WGL is still holding quite well into this game, making sure not much is happening. And Ashen Shiro is going to be dive. And both teams are fighting in the bot lane. SW with 3 members here. Hexagon ultimate is going to be used, but Zonya's going to be used by the Varus. Has to flash away Ashen Shiro. Can he stay alive though? Ragnarok is going to make sure that he falls down.
That's
Change
real?
of Corruption is going to lock up low K. Can he flash away though? Can he run away? Barra is going to be used by that Ezreal. Just make sure that he himself survive, and he's still fighting back in the backline. Can Olaf do something though? Zetsu just jumps forward and gets a double kill with the shield from the Karma. That will be WGL finally turning this game around.
A massive mistake by SWW side. They were not expecting that gank onto that tri bush from WGL, and all of a sudden attack just burst the Lilia down. Once the Lilia was down, they had to defend Ezreal, because Ezreal was the only damage that was there. Camille's ulti was already left out of the fight because of that Varus Zonia, and now the gold swing as well as the kill swing does go to WGL side.
Yeah, and every moment you give as WGL a breather, or you give WGL, you do small mistakes, WGL is just gonna take it, you know? It's so much of a risky play that you're fighting WGL in their own jungle in this very, very small position, in a very choky position. So it's not that good, and looks like Ragnarok is gonna be used most probably by that Olaf trying to chase down low K here. Ezreal with no arcane shift, all he can do is just run away. Will be taken down though, making sure that he stays down. Turret's gonna be taken down as well, and the Nautilus cannot do anything. Chains of Corruption connects, he can just stand there and die.
They're still going on top.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Jax is going to counter-strike, but counter-strike no more. He's going to be taken down as well, but countering that engage in the top lane, that gang in the top lane is the side of WGL taking the second tier turret in the bot lane here.
Yeah, now you can see this is what that snowball Olaf is. This is exactly what you want Olaf to do. Ezreal, after he used the flash, after he used that flashed away, means that he has no way to get out of a situation. He has no way to escape that. And Olaf is one of those champions with the ghost, with the ultimate, means that he can chase down that Ezreal and burst him down.
Yeah.
Or even in a team fight, just be a huge menace to the back lane, just annoying them, tediously attacking them non-stop until he dies.
And you don't see a fat Olaf so much in these kind of games. You know, if an Olaf is fat, you will have a hard time trying to just run away, even though you have a dash, you have a jump, you have a flash. But Olaf is just gonna walk up with you onto you with that ghost here. He's just gonna run it down, and Ezra will have a hard time to just, you know, survive. Olaf is definitely gonna just run down to you because you are the only target for the side of SWW here. Camille definitely gonna be the target. Lilia, Aatrox, Nautilus is too tanky for the Olaf to target. The only target available is definitely the Ezreal here. So Dragon spawning, the Ice Drake, both teams are trying to play their steps properly here. They're trying to look at an angle. They're trying to do something here. True Shot Barrage is going to be used by the Ezreal just to poke down Varus and also Karma. And they're looking for that Dragon, the side of SWW.
Yeah, but I will say that Jax too has a TP, meaning that he can go back to base.
Olaf jumps forward with the Ragnarok, trying to
Olaf.
find the Ezreal in the backline. All can shift away. Can he steal the dragon? The will they steal? But Lilia make sure that he smites in time. Jack's gonna jump into the backlane. Can Loki run away though? Baron's not gonna be enough, and Jack's gonna be taking the Ezreal down. And 4 members from the side of Shadow Wyverns down. Both fight just all over the place. This Camille pick is not that good, and the side of WGL right now is looking for the Baron on the map.
I was about to say that with the fact that the Jax has a TP means that he can go back and get his full HP and come into the team fight. In that team fight, the Varus was able to snuff out this Camille and the Nautilus into the backside, while Ezreal was being chased down by this Olaf yet again, pulling out all of his abilities.
And Kassadin is gonna take down
for this Jax, like the TP to actually get into that team fight and burst down this Ezreal.
And yeah, and the Kassadin is going to be taking down the Aatrox in the top lane as well. So again, Hextech Ultimatum finally locking this Olaf up, and that will be a shutdown. 700 gold for the side of Shadow Wyverns, and a bit overstepping here. You should have recalled there. I don't think you should be playing, you know, alone there, and that just might be the small mistakes that the side of SWW wants.
So at the moment it is right now, I don't think so that's the case. It's even though the Olaf got that small mistake over there, it's still not gonna be enough for them to do much.
Can Ashashiro runs away though? Flash has to be used. No flash by this Camille is gonna be a very, very crucial thing in the next fight. The Varus might just be happy enough, you know, with a no Camille flash. You might just be safer.
Yeah, like if SWW is able to catch someone that wasn't an Olaf, like if you were able to catch a Varus in this situation, I think so for SWW's side, they could try to go for a Hail Mary and win a team fight. But as long as this Varus and this Kassadin is kind of on the map, there really isn't much that they can do. Especially, you know, Kassadin is very slippery. Varus have a Karma and like 2 frontliners to safely keep him alive in any of those situations.
Yeah, and looking at the draft from the side of SWW, they're being behind now. Their only option right now is either to just split or, you know, make sure that Ezreal stays fat, and Hook's gonna connect onto the Varus. Karma is gonna up and chain up the Nautilus, the ones that hook, the ones that's going down, and the side of WGL just, why is that Olaf locked in place there? I am so confused. Yeah, the Olaf keeps on standing there. I have no idea. Is it a bug or something? Why is the Olaf always been standing? Is it the Lilia? Oh no,
you know,
I don't think so. Wait.
Nah, you know, he's just standing there to assert dominance.
it looks like he's asleep, but Lilia did not activate. Oh, so my brain is like, why is he not moving? But yeah, could be like the one you said, just to assert dominance here. And WGL is very much dominating this game here now, even though the early game is a bit a mess by the side of WGL. But right now, they're in the front line. They're pressing the pedal. They're trying to find the Ezreal in the back line here. Arcane shifts away. Barrier's not enough. Cassinen's gonna make sure that the Ezreal, no more ADC for the side of SW. Chains of Corruption is gonna hit. All the side of SW is gonna be charmed up. Is gonna be held up. Is not gonna be able to run away. And that will be a 5 kills to non-ace by the side of WGL. SWW gone from the map.
WGL just played this. They just played this better than SWW. They had the lead on the start, but that crucial mistake on the bot lane where they were able to get 4-man kill and put this Olaf as well as Varus with some goal to survive those laning phases.
Can they end this though?
Late phase team fight.
They're just ending this here.
Like, yeah, they can end. They can end. It's.
I'm clueless on how WGL just turns that around from just one fight in the choking area, in the tri-bush, in the enemy's jungle, and since then there's not much anything the side of SWW can do. The Olaf was so fed. This is why Olaf needs those early fights. If they can find those early fights, early chase, Olaf is just unstoppable. Locate did not have any moment to play at all. Once the Olaf is fed, he is 100% finding you. Rosesso is definitely going to find you. And this draft from SWW, you don't have damage, you don't have poke. All you have is just stay forward, hoping for the one carry to do damage, which is the Ezreal here. There's not much you can do. This draft is not made to fight against an Olaf. Olaf is just so good this draft. There's nothing the side of SW can do, and that will be our second game of the day. One more game and WGL might just take the game. This is a best of 5, but we're looking so that it might just be a best of 3.
Yeah, there's just nothing much we can say about this. WGL is just playing really good Leagues of Legends right now, because SWW is making these small mistakes, and they're using those kind of small mistakes into big advantages that they have right now. Even with the comps that we did have skepticism with that Olaf, they're using it to a way that it really fits the team comp that they have right now, going in and countering SWW's supposed champ list that they have.
Yep, and that will be our game number 2 though. WGL takes another win, 1 more point, and they will just take the series, and we will be coming back for another series. Let's just hope SW will have something up in their plans. So WGL, they just need 1 more series to just close up the game. SWW needs to take a breather, needs to find a way to take down WGL. So we will be right back. See you guys in the next 5 minutes.なライバルレネの中で生まれ肉は入り誰も同じじゃない冠は俺のもの天は崩れ落ちる俺が登る全ては焼き尽くす傷一つ一つがちくらへの道歩くこときに生まれ変わる苦悩の血と骨から形を作り砕けた空の中で俺は消えない崇高なライバル
肉体は避けても魂は自由死の中で信念を見つける弱さを捨て過去を燃やす血と怒りで新たな神を作る崇高なライバル限定の中で生まれ肉は敗因誰も同じじゃないカンヌールは俺のもの天は崩れ落ちる俺が登る全てを焼き尽くす傷一つ一つが力への道半袋の時に生まれ変わる獣の血と骨から形を作り砕けた空の中で俺は消えない
Okay, guys, welcome back. So we are finally in our game number 3 here. So Mr. Zach is my co-caster here right now. So before anything, Mr. Zach, go back into your job, which is let me do some adjustments.
Well, unfortunately for SWW, yet again, they're now on a 0-2 situation with WGL winning the last 2 games in a row, especially using a champion that both Tango and I did not really expect to do well, being an Olaf onto that WGL
No, I
side
just
for
hate
their
Olaf.
jungle.
I just hate Olaf. That's all.
Oh, you just hate Olaf.
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. Olaf is good. It just depends because he need that snowball. He's still a good champion in my opinion.
Yeah.
But for now,
it
it
kind
seems
of
like
it kind of like proved me wrong there today. Proved me wrong.
And for now, we can see it on the ban side. WJL are SWW are still holding that J4 ban firmly on their side. While for WGL, they're also gonna ban Ashen Zeros, Aurora, and Lissandra as well.
That's the Viego.
As-
It's definitely the Viego. We are definitely seeing no more Viego, you know. The Viego ban has been these 3 bans, you know, apparently the only way for you to beat SWW right now is to ban these 3 champions. That has been working so well for the side of WGL. Apparently, they've been spamming this strategy, and SWW just couldn't play anything.
Because if that's really your comfort champs and you're always gonna play that if you're put into a situation behind and you're not able to flex your champion pool and try to get another competent champ that actually help you win the game, this is gonna punish you. This is really gonna punish you because you can't play those champions anymore. You can't always rely on that same champion all the time. And for SWW side, they are gonna ban a Vlad and a Vi as well.
Yep, and there, I'm seeing in the chat here, I'm trust SWW gonna pull Team Liquid versus Pro Dota gameplay. So, you know, it might be there's a chance to go for a reverse sweep here. But remember, this is a fearless draft where all the champions, the 20 champions you see on the board here, are bans out. So the teams will have to dig deep in their gameplay, dig deep in their champ pools. And we're seeing finally Nami get picked here, a Rise. A very good option here. A lot of these champions are still doable, still playable. So we'll have to see how the side of SWW and also WGL plays this out. And Camille's actually banned out. So yeah, it has to flop away. Zinzao's banned out as well. So looking right now, the side of WGL is having trouble trying to find what to play.
And for SWW side, they were able to immediately prio pick ban that Rise that was banned last time. So it does give them what I think is one of at least Ashen Zero's more comfortable champs. And for WGL, they are picking a Nami and an ADC. Once again, they're showing the bot lane hand toward SWW.
Yep, and Jin Nami though, this is a very traditional combo where the Jin does the damage and Nami does the spitting on the Jin. So yeah, spitting on the Jin, healing it up. So yeah, the side of WGL has a very aggressive and also a stable amount of damage in the early game. But the brown pick is gonna stabilize the lane. It's gonna deny a lot of the early game potential by the side of Jin, by the Jin and also by the Nami. And yeah, Looking at SWW side right now, they're opting for a more scaling kind of draft. They have a Ryze, they have a Sivir. WGL needs a very early aggressive jungler, maybe an Ambessa, maybe a lot more options that you can pick. A Yasuo is also good here. So they have to dig deep. They have to find a way to run away from this Braum. And there's no option to pick a Rakan here because you've already picked a Nami. So the Braum will always be a very good pick.
Yeah, and it seems like for now, SWW side are trying to ban any of those kind of aggressive jungler that can just jump onto that Sivir and disrupt her on her laning phase. Because their first ban will be a Hecarim. And for WGL side, we have not seen what they're going to ban. It's going to be a Volibear.
Yeah, so they're just making sure that denying a lot of the tanks, a lot of frontline. I think it's gonna be another tank. Might be just something stupid like a Sion or a Mundo. They don't want to give this Jin so much hard of time. As you know, Jin is this very single target champion. Having the Braum blocking a lot of the champions, a lot of the damage is already an issue. And looking at that, Bessa is gonna be banned away. So again, no more. I don't think there's a lot early games option that the side of WGL has. They really have to dig deep here. What they're gonna pick for the jungle, what they're gonna pick for the top lane, they have to find a way to find this loophole. Lee Sin is also available, Xin Zhao not available, and yeah, they have to find a way. They have to. Kha'Zix is actually quite good if they can find the Sivir, if they can find the bad line though. So I'm seeing in the chat, Heka ban, so Harujuku Oni is crying here. Most probably is gonna cry, and Mordekaiser is gonna be the answer in the top lane. This is actually one of Namia's favorite pick. We've seen Namia playing Mordekaiser a lot, but oh yeah, apparently the last time he played Mordekaiser, he did not have the Ashen Knight Mordekaiser skin. So today, he actually already have that skin. Actually, yeah. So could it be a win for SWW here? Because skins equal wins, right?
Yeah, but on the same side that WGL are able to pick a Darius that's gonna counter a bit of that Mordekaiser bullying, because both sides can lane bully each other a bit more.
I like this Pantheon
as
though.
well as yeah, it's a Pantheon pick. Will it be a Pantheon? Yes, it will be a Pantheon pick.
Yep. Again,
that
the Pantheon will have to do a lot of what the Olaf did the last game, which is carry the team early game. If he can bring the Jin, the Orianna into the late game phase, the Orianna is just gonna burst everyone down, and Lee Sin's gonna be the answer for the side of Shadow Wyvern. So you jump in, I'ma kick you in the face. But the Pantheon has a lot of potential to just burst down. They have a lot of locking potential. So WGL wants to fight this one by one. They cannot find a way. They cannot they cannot front to back. They cannot jump back lines. They need to front to back. And the side of SWW just want to make sure that the Sivir and also Ryze kills into the late game. If the Ryze get those kills, if the Sivir get those kills, it's going to be a very hard time for the side of WGL, and it might just go bring us to the game number 3.
Yeah, as well as Mordekaiser ultimate does mean that he can lock down one champion out of that WGL team fight. It doesn't matter if that maybe he's behind, so long that he's able to lock down that champion and give his team the opportunity to try and 4v4 and they win that 4v4, means that the Mordekaiser already do his job. Like in an objective, he can just ulti the Pantheon so the Pantheon can smite the Drake, or maybe in a big team fight he can ulti the Darius if the Darius is fed.
Yep, and if you guys hear a pop, it's Happy Deepavali, guys. So happy Deepavali, happy Diwali for everyone celebrating and looking at Namia with the new Ashen Grave Knight Mordekaiser skin, and again popping sounds. And yeah, happy Diwali. It's a bit too early though, but yeah, let's celebrate at 12. We have 3 more games in hand just in case. Yeah, so I'm just screaming to them, prepare your teams, guys. Next tournament, thanks to KBS and ESI for the prize pool as well. So before KBS ESI, before WSPL in the December, we do have one more tournament, which is in the 15th of October from Next Play. So if you guys want to have, keep you guys warmed up, keep you guys, ready for the WSPL tour, make sure you guys join the Next Play series, where it's free registration. All you need to do is just find the link below, find the link in the Next Play's website, Instagram, and all socials, and you guys can join the next tournament. So we will be hosting the tournament as well. Don't worry, we have live and everything. So make sure you guys join, and we will try our best to keep Wild Rift alive in the Asia Pacific region.
Yes, and now starting off our game 3 and most deciding game yet. We can see that the laning phases for all three sides are rather aggressive and a bit desperate, as you can say. Because for SWW side, this
Ooh,
is their
ooh,
last game.
Ooh, that is so good hook by Namia here. Can he take down Rexon though? Rexon has to flash away, has to go away.
Flash.
But Namia is just last hitting, hoping that kill goes off. But sadly, that's not going to be a first blood. Darius survives very low on HP there.
Yeah, but it is a really good trade for this Mordekaiser, because now without that flash, without that ghost, it does mean that Darius does not have that prio and is gonna have a harder time in that laning phase. Especially with this Mordekaiser, if he's able to catch someone out, he can flash forward to kill that Darius in those kind of situations.
Yeah, and if I'm the side of WGL, what I want to do, really want to do, is just find ganks in bot lane, and Sivir is going to be popped pure Black Shield. Oh, it's not Black Shield, it's actually Spell Shield from the Sivir himself, manages to keep himself not stunned up. And looking at both junglers here, it's actually in the top lane. They might be trying to find something sneaky here in the top lane here.
Yeah, you can see SW4 Pantheon.
Pantheon stuns up onto Namia. Lee Sin still doesn't have the Dragon Rage though. Rexon has to walk away. Can he be taken down? Will he be taken down? But Triumph just enough. But Namia's going to be one taken first blood. Can Love JL snipe this Lee Sin though? No. That is a very good first blood from the side of WGL. Pantheon finds the early game engaged gank that they need for the side of WGL.
The early gank from the Pantheon coming in clutch in that team fight, as well as having the extra damage from that Darius, as well as surviving that fight, mean that he was able to get that Mordekaiser kill.
And I'm looking at the draft from the Shadow Wyvern side again. They always have a very unstable draft apparently. They have a Lee Sin, Ryze, and also Sivir. They have the Lee Sin to bring the early game to them. But the issue is, if the Lee Sin ganks, the Sivir and also Ryze will have a hard time to kill in the early game. Yes, it's good if you can have like a Pyke support, a more aggressive support, but you will have a hard time to just get enough damage. You have CC though, that's the good thing, but the damage is needed to bring this game into the late game. And let's try looking what's going to happen here. The Nami's ultimate bubble is going to make sure that Loki cannot proceed with that engage here.
Yeah, because right now is really a situation of that this Sivir needs to try and just stall out and try to farm up, as well as if the Lee Sin is able to try and get a gank into any of the lane, most likely, or what I more prefer, is toward this Sivir and this Ryze to make their life easier. And yet
again the same kind of hook, same kind of pull here, but will Darius use his Hammer Rush though? That's the question. 5 stacks, but Ryze finally teleporting in, flashes away, goes away. Pantheon's gonna ult himself in. Can he survive though? Rexon's gonna fool the side of...
No!
A double kill for the side of WGL. The healing from the Darius' Q was just enough to keep himself alive. Darius clutches up that play.
Oh my god. And the worst thing now is that Mordekaiser did use ultimate on top lane, so he can use that and he has the TP back. But the problem that I have here is that Ryze used everything onto that Darius and they were unable to get the kill.
Oh.
Wait, Lee Sin?
This is definitely a bit too over aggressive, man. You get those kills, you did not recall, you have gold. It's very, very greedy from your side, and the side of SW looking for a swap lane right now. They just might need to have a breather here. They don't want to give SW more time, more plays. So the swapping lane here is actually good, just to deny the potential gank from the Pantheon again and again.
Yeah, though it also means that if the Ryze is gonna stay at that bot lane, it is gonna be punished by the fact that, oh, never mind, the Orianna is also going into the bot lane, so it'll be mid swapping to the bot as well as ADC is both going to mid.
Yeah, and we're seeing WGL just being able to just find those answers to SWW's ganks and rotations, and SWW down looking very desperate, like you say. They have to find a way, they have to dig deep. Their drafts is not that optimum here. They have to find a way, and looking in the top lane, another gang. Mordekaiser is gonna ult here. Lee Sin is going to be here just in time when the ultimate pops, and Dragon Rage is going to connect to make sure that the Darius does fall down again. And looking at the bot side, this just might be a gang, and SN0 is going to make sure that he realizes about that. The curtain call is going to be called, but Glacier Fisher is going to make sure that Xiao Tung cannot continue, and ultimate shockwave onto 2-person. The side of SW is the one now running away. Laurel X trying to find a way to just get back, and flashes has to be used. No kills from the side of WGL, but a lot of flashes has to be popped. This might just be a first turret in the bot lane here.
It was a good defense by SWW. They should have just left it be with the Braum ulting as well as shielding to stop the Jhin ulti. But instead, they both popped ulti and they got punished with the flash, and now the Pantheon is doing that Herald kind of free.
Yep, but Lee Sin here just in time. Can he steal this though? And it is gonna go away the steal just in time. Pantheon in a very hard time here is gonna get stunned up, and he will be taken down, and WGL is in a tough spot here. Darius fighting onto 4-person. And ultimate by the Mordekaiser is gonna make sure that the Darius cannot run away and is gonna be taken down. Mordekaiser with the buff from the Darius, and WGL find a way. Shockwave is gonna connect onto the Sivir. Sivir is gonna be taken down. Jin Xiao Tung has to run away. 4 members fighting against 3 here. WGL has to retreat. Dragon is on the map, but the junglers are not.
That was a good steal by the Lee Sin.
Oh! Rice just missed overstepping there, and that will be a free kill for the side of WGL, and I believe it's going to be a mid lane turret falling down for freely again.
It's just constant fight after fight. SWW is trying to punish, but then after they punish, they just over excessive at some points, or just too in front, like trying to tease the enemy. WGL. Whoa, there's another. Whoa.
Dude, at this moment, just don't fight the Darius, man. The Darius is either too fat. If you're alone, do not fight the Darius. Fighting the Darius is a very bad call, and I'm hearing thunder. So yeah. If the stream goes into attack pause again, you guys know why. So let's pray everything goes perfectly smooth. Please don't rain yet.
It's just SWW should not be fighting right now. They do not have the item. They do not have the damage. This Mordekaiser is already, I think so, is on 3 deaths against this Darius. So there's really not much you can do. You already lost 2 towers. You do not have a Drake stack. You do have a Herald though. So maybe they can try to use it to try and get a gold lead swinging to their side.
Yeah, and this draft from SWW is just so overbalanced. They don't have a way to bring the Rise and Saver into the game. That's the only issue, and Shockwave is going to connect onto Lower X. Has to use the Braum shield though, but is still going to be taken down. Pantheon ults in the backline. Has to run away. All the side of SWW is just scrapping away now with the Saver ult just as a defense material. SW Namia is going to hook someone in, is in the ultimate moment. I love JL trying to make sure that he stays alive, flashes away just in time, but the Namia is going to be taking the Pantheon with him. Jin going to take down the Mordekaiser as well, stuns just in time. Rice is going to be taken down, and look at the speed from that Darius, and culling is going to be called by the Jin here, and I don't think this looks good for the side of SWW. It's going to be triple kill for that Darius. The Darius is on the rampage, man.
It was just the early game. The fact that he was able to get like 2 kills at that early game means that now this Darius is snowballing. It's just getting worse by the minute now that he does have that Triforce on him as well as the team to support him when he does roam around. Meaning that SWW side, there's really not much you can do unless you're trying to farm up and maybe pick someone out. You cannot be fighting these team fight 1v1 or sending someone to die alone trying to get some kind of ward down.
Yeah, and it's actually quite sad that seeing the SWW being pushed into this position, and it's sad how they keep on losing from just the champion select, and Dragon Rage is going to connect, but the side of WGL is the one baiting the Lee Sin here. Namia is going to be ulting the Nami here. Shockwave is not going to connect, but Nami is just flashing out here. Will he survive? The Hook's going to connect, and backline ultimate by the Pantheon here, arriving under the turret. Rexon is on a rampage, and again another one die, and Rise is the only member survive for the side of SWW because he was not in the fight. SWW couldn't take a breather, man.
It's just constant fight after fight after fight, and WGO is winning all these team fights because not only that they have the gold lead and they're able to do a better team swappage and team fights, but the fact that SWW just can't burst out a champion like they want them to.
Yeah, they cannot scale.
Can pick a champion, but it just do nothing.
Yeah. Who is let's talk data here, right? Mordekaiser, who is he going to ult? Will he ult the Jhin? Will he ult the Pantheon? There's no one that you can ult that gives you value here. You ult the Darius, the Pantheon is still there. The Jhin, Orianna is the damage dealer. You don't want to ult someone as a tank. But you look at anyone you ult is going to be useful. You are going to be trapped with them instead. And Shockwave in the bot lane here. Pantheon's going to ult. And I believe Ashen Shiro is not going to survive. It's not Ashen Shiro. Akira's going to be taken down as well. Ashen Shiro, not long after that, is going to be taken down as well. WGL is just bringing the Avengers. If you come to me, I'll bring my team to you. And in the top lane here again, has to flash away Namia in a very, very bad spot. Ultimate is going to be used here, but the Hammer Rush just in time. Can he use the turret to his side though? And that will be a trade kill. Shut down for that Mordekaiser.
Yeah, but the problem is that now with 3-person down on SWW side means that WGL does get a free Baron on that way. And look at the bot side. Orianna and Braum can't even deal with a single Sivir.
It just shows that WGL just has this so balanced lineup that SWW couldn't bring this Ryze and Sivir into the game. They need to drag. That's the good thing. SWW is very good at dragging games, very good at defending, but right now WGL just won't give you any moment of breather. They are just pressing on the pedal, and SWW couldn't have time to take a break here.
Yeah, and I'm also realizing another thing. With the gold lead that you're so far behind against a Jhin, I don't think so. Your first buy should be a collector's.
What? A collector Sivir?
It's a collector Sivir with a grievous wound.
What? I am so confused with these collector picks, man. I think last week we have a collector buy as well. I have no idea who was it. Was it an MRE lineup? I can't remember. Yeah, but look at the bot lane here, and Shockwaves is gonna hit onto 2. Darius is having a very, very good time in the backline, finding the Braum here. Fights going on into 2 place. Mordekaiser ulting the Jhin. Jhin will have to run away. Xiao Tong finally surviving. Hook's gonna connect onto the Namia here. Namia's pulling the Jhin for himself, but the stun from the Pantheon is gonna make sure that the Jhin stays alive. 5 members from the side of WGL is still alive. Ryze gone from the mat. Namia gone from the mat as well. 2 turrets finally be taken down. Stuns hits onto low case. They're gone again, and 5 members are still surviving. SWW just don't want to give them a breather, and game number 3 seems to be might just be the end game for here for the side of SWW, and they don't have the capability to drag this into game number 5. What can SWW do here?
There's just nothing they can do. They can only try to clear the minion wave and try to stall out, but with 4 man in front of your face right now, 5 man in front of your face right now, oh, they're just leaving.
They're just playing safe. They're just playing safe. They could...
Yeah, they're just playing safe.
Yeah, they don't want to risk it. They don't want to give any kills for the Ryze and also the Sivir here. Getting a collector Sivir is a very questionable pick here.
Yeah, but she's also very vulnerable right now because, in fact, in that last fight where she died, she flashed forward with an ultimate.
Oh, can Akira do something here though? Oh, catching the Jhin though.
Yeah, there's just not much they can do.
Yeah.
Even if the Lee Sin was able to like hit a champion, if it's not a squishy or it's not just one champion. Oh.
This is not a good moment for the side of SWW. They need to drag this game out, but how? How? Oh, look at the Darius. The Darius just runs forward with a Ghost and the Nami buff here, with the Orianna buff here. Can he chase down Akira though? Is gonna hook, and I don't think Akira's gonna survive for another moment. Pantheon's gonna stock up. Is gonna stun up the Braum here, but the Darius is just walking into your backline here. Glacial Fissure is gonna be used to just make sure that there's a slow there. Pantheon jumps onto the backline. Can he take down someone though? Pantheon is gonna get 1 kill as well, but it's gonna be stunned under the turret. But GA is available. 4 members of the side of SW is still alive though, and that would be a huge mistake for the side of WGL. The Nami trying to save the Pantheon here, staying under the turret, and that will be a huge mistake. SWW cannot. It is finally finding those defense that they can do. Is finally getting back into the game. This is how they want. They need to drag this game out.
Yeah, and in that situation, it was a very cool thing to see the Orianna ulti on top of the Pantheon ulti that was sending it in. But the problem is that in that situation, the Darius was just too cocky. He went in, the team tried to save him, but he was in enemy base under enemy nexus. He should not be doing that, especially in such a high stake high stake match. WJL, if you lose this match, it's going to a 2-1, and SWW does get a hype. When someone is on a 2-1 situation, it gives them motivation to fight more.
I'm seeing in the chat one collector stack by the Saber. But yeah, I don't think can this collector, one stack of collector, be the reason why the side of SWW be winning this game is going to be a question. Can this Lee Sin take the steal though? Can he find the angle? Can the side of WJL secure this Baron and just go for the push? And Saber in a very hot spot here is going to be taken down by the Darius. Darius finding those stacks again. Teleport is going to be used by Namia. The Jin is going to get caught here, but the Rise from the side of Team Surge Wyvern is going to be taken down, but the ADC from the side of WGL is going to be traded for kills here. Orianna finally finding those kills as a double kill. It's going to be a triple kill for that Orianna, and I don't think the side of SWW can defend this no more, because this is only a Brawl fighting against 4 members of WGL, and the moonlight shines, the hunt is down. Wolfgang Legions, the chosen one, through storm and fire, their reigns begun. The rift now bows, the wolves have sworn. It's a 3-0 sweep for the side of WGL. The Wyverns are dead.
Wow. There's not really much we can say. WGL was just, they played the team comp better. Their team comp was more competent. They're able to basically play most of what they want. They want an engage, they have a Pantheon, they have a damage, a hyper carry burst, they have Darius. And that Darius even got the support from the Jin as well as the Orianna, who both can also carry in those kind of team fights. It was just a draft diff, some can say.
Yeah, it's a huge draft diff here. There's no synergy that this draft brings from the Shadow Wyverns. You have 2 late game carries, that's good, but there's no way for the Mordekaiser and Lee Sin to bring so much into your game that the Saver and also the Rise can scale. And we don't see any roams from the Rise, any proactive plays by the Akira here. So it's you have an idea, but you couldn't execute that idea. That is the only issue here. Your Rise needs to find those roams, find those kills with that realm warp. And you were just in lane and you couldn't do anything. You were pressured in lane, and Zeswo was doing so well, and you just couldn't do anything. SWW, again, like you said, it's a draft diff here. WGL, even though they have a lot of a damage dealer, they don't have a tank, but they took their opportunity. They know that they cannot give Shadow Wyvern the time to scale, so what they do, they just press on forward. Even though those dives are very skeptical, like you say, a bit too over aggressive and kind of fucked up a little bit, but that is what WGL wants. They want Shadow Wyvern couldn't breathe. They just make sure that Shadow Wyvern can't breathe at all. So Shadow Wyverns, I believe they are still in a shock here, where they couldn't do anything. So yeah, congratulations for WGL. I am just sad that we cannot see this thing fill up. This is the only thing that I'm sad about. But yeah, so I really wanted it to go for a best of 5, but never mind. Congratulations for the side of WGL. It was a 3-0 sweep, so congratulations for our first WSPL champions. Congratulations. And for the side of Shadow Wyverns, do come back stronger and try again. You were a very, very good team as well. Don't worry. WGL was just prepped up better, I guess. But yeah, congratulations as well for reaching this finals, and we will see you guys later next, I don't know when, but yeah, next month for the Next Play series. Just in case, again, Next Play series is holding a tournament, so it's a free registration. The champion is going to win 500 ringgit, so make sure you guys register your names down below, register your team down below. This is a free registrations, so no worries. If you want to just have fun, you can join as well. So